Down at about the 23-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Great solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman. Able to get a hand in. Richard Sherman there to knock that one away. We've seen that a few times in his career.
And he played a very tough route really well there. Dig route. Oftentimes you get the impression receivers going deep and tries to get your hips turned and you taking off and running. Instead, he stays square, stays with him, and comes back and makes a play on the ball. One of the best things about him, takes very few false steps.
Here we go. 180. Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Go. 13. 13. Check 4. Check 4. 6. 6.
On first down, it's Coleman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
You. 21. Bang, 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 bang. Check.
Mostert. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed, getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
21.
Brings up second and 3 at the 16-yard line.
2.
Now Mostert. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
2 yards. It's third down and 5.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And with that, they move ahead by a point here in this 3rd quarter. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
10th carry now for Elliott. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 71 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Forbath out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
At the 31-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
11.
They will run again with Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Here we go. 180.
15, check right 15. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
12. Say hunt.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now they try the right side here.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. On the return, it's James. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that,
and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, 63 yards, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thee coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker Fred Warner right there on the coverage. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw. That one complete to Elliott. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll run on first down. Elliott. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
At the Niners' 36-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Back. 47.
Now Prescott. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Kill.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Quan Alexander and the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. He's made one, and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. The home crowd here absolutely loves it, as they should, getting the field goal in the closing moments and likely going to get out of here with a W.
A W, celebrations all around. How about how everyone's going to leave this stadium, right? And you know something? He probably makes more money than most of the 60,000 people here, but they're all willing to buy him dinner tonight, aren't they?
Oh, they don't care. He's a man of the people right now. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the